Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Saturday, April 20th. So, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully, you're having a great Saturday. So, I'd like to do these videos once a week on Saturday. It's just kind of a little recap of what I did this week and what I expect to do in the upcoming week. We're going to run through every single pair on this list right here, real quick, on the daily time frame. Now, when I go through this list with my members, I do the full top-down analysis every single day during the Zoom meeting, but we're just going to go through the roadmap time frame, and for me, the roadmap time frame is around the daily time frame. That tells me what direction that I should be trading on this sort of time frames. So we're going to start off at the bottom at Bitcoin. We're going to work our way all the way up to the dollar pairs, and we're going to go through the roadmap time frame and take a look at what direction I am currently going to be looking for trades in the week to come. So, anyways, if you haven't done so already, definitely join my free Discord channel. It is 100% free to join, and I will be doing a 100 USDT giveaway this week when I hit 5,000 members on Discord, which I am very, very close to hitting that as of right now. Also, if you are interested in joining my membership, it is only $30 a month. And I do share every single swing trade that I take with my members. Every single time I get into a trade, I tell people that I'm getting in a trade. I tell people where my stop loss is. The membership also comes with a trading course, which is about 35 videos, about 7 hours of content. It comes with all the educational information on Discord. Pretty much every bear, bull, and bearish version of Elliot wave patterns is in there. It comes with the trading course, and it also comes with the live trading sessions, which is where most people benefit from the most. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I do a 90-minute Zoom meeting starting at 7:30 a.m. UK time. And every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I do a 90-minute Zoom meeting starting at 1 p.m. UK time. And these are live trading sessions. We look for potential trade setups. I am not a scalper. I'm not going to be on the 1 minute, 5 minute time frame trading, but I do trade on around the 1 hour time frame mostly. 30 minute, 1 hour, 2 hour time frame is where I do trade. Like I said, I do share every single swing trade that I take with the members. That's why I call it learning and earning at the same time. I want people to learn to trade, but while you're learning to trade, you can follow along with my swing trade setups, and hopefully you can earn while you learn. Now, mentioning the swing trade setups, I think it'd be a good idea to take a look at them. Now, this is last week's swing trade setups. These are the private members only chats. From here down is the members only chats, only available to my paying members. These are all the swing trades that I took last week. These are all the trades that I shared with my group at the time of entry. So I suggest maybe you can go through here, maybe pause the video. I'm going to scroll through real slowly. But if you want, you can pause the video. You can take a look at some of these setups. Some of these setups are extremely, extremely profitable. And there's probably about 12 to 15 setups in here. And I think that the majority of them were very, very profitable trades. These are all the trades that I said with my members at the time of entry. So like I said, I suggest you go through, you pause the video, check out some of these entries, and check out for yourself whether they were profitable or not. Kind of prove to yourself whether these trades were profitable or whether they were not profitable. But like I said, these were all the trade setups that I said with my members at the time of entry last week. So anyways, let's get into it. Like I said, if you want, you can definitely pause the video and you can take a closer look at that. But anyways, let's go through this list. We're going to start off at Bitcoin, and we're going to end at the more popular pair, probably the euro dollar. So with Bitcoin, I still have it as shorts, but I do think that this is extremely likely to be an ABC of 4. I do think that Bitcoin is going to go up and make a wave 5. I was originally thinking it would go down to 55,000, but with that halving going on, it may hold at this 23%. Definitely looks like 3 waves up. Definitely looks like it needs to go up, make a wave 5, maybe go back up to around the $75,000 area, and then I personally think it's going to go down after that, but we're going to have to see what happens when it does go up there, whether it makes a reversal or whether it just keeps on trending up. So the S&P 500, I think if you zoom out a little bit, is extremely clearly a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3. Most likely we're in a wave 4. Most likely we're in a wave A of wave 4, which means it's probably going to make a crutch into the wave A, probably going to go down again for the wave C, and then eventually go back up for a wave 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is what I expect to see on the S&P 500. Natural gas. Natural gas has been in a wicked tight little range lately. I think that we're getting very close to ending a wave 5, but I still don't see that it's over yet, and I still think it may actually end up going down to this 38.2% before it actually does go up, break this structure, proving that the wave 5 is over. And if you can identify the end of this wave 5, that's going to be an amazing trade, because most likely it will go up and take out the high of wave 4 on the weekly time frame, and that's a lot of pips to the upside if you can identify the end of that wave 5. Now, moving on to oil. I personally think oil is eventually going to go up and take this high out. I actually think this right here is a wave A. I think this is a wave B. And I think that this is currently in a wave C. I think this move down is more likely probably part of a crescent to the uptrend. I think eventually it's probably going to end up continuing to make higher highs, higher lows. I think we are in a crescent, which is probably going to last at least a few trading days. But eventually it's going to make the end of a crescent. And I think it will end up continuing back up and eventually taking out the high of wave A. So, yeah, I mean, you could definitely be looking for sorts on sort of time frames, but you have to keep in mind that eventually it's going to end the crescent, and eventually it's just going to keep on trending up, I believe. Looking at silver. Silver is still in an uptrend, and silver and gold are very, very similar in some ways. You actually have to kind of go out to the weekly time frame to see what it is I think we're looking at. I think silver is in an A, B, and now we're currently in a C, which I still think is going to go up to about the $36 range. So knowing that, taking it back down to the daily time frame, I am definitely extremely bullish on silver and on gold. I see that it is kind of a topping out pattern right here, but I mean, until I get some sort of proof that this move is over, like some sort of break of structure or a very significant lower high on the daily, I personally am still looking for longs in an uptrend, and I still think that it could end up continuing up even more. Gold, same type of scenario. If you go all the way up to the higher time frames, I think it's extremely clear that we're in a wave 3 right now, and we are in a wave 3 of 3, especially if you've seen any of my most recent videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I do think that this needs to go up to the 161.8, which is right around the $2,500 area to finish off this wave 3. So unless I see a very, very good reason otherwise, like a very significant lower high or a break of structure to the downside, I personally would be mainly looking for longs on sort of time frames and trading with this trend, which I think is extremely clearly a 1-2 and then a 1-2 of 3. So that means we are in a wave 3 on the weekly monthly, and we're also in a wave 3 on the daily. So that's a wave 3 of 3, which is why it was such a strong uptrend. Taking it to the Kiwi Swiss. Kiwi Swiss kind of looks like it might have ended a big WXY pattern. And this right here, even though it's actually better visible on a sort of time frame, definitely looks like 5 waves down. Kind of makes me think that with this big spike that it probably is going to go up, but most likely to move up will be a crescent to the move down. And I think it most likely is going to end up doing something like that over the coming probably weeks, because this is the daily time frame. So you have to keep in mind that some of these things are going to take a while to play out. And the Kiwi CAD, even though this is a very, very overlapping pattern, I still think it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave C. I think it's going to go down to 78.6. I think this is still either a 1 or an A. I think that we are still in either an ABC of B or an ABC of 2. We're definitely looking for sorts of time frames until we can identify the end of this wave B or 2. And if it just keeps on going down, great. If it bounces off a fib level, proves that it's over, then we'll stop looking for sorts and we'll start looking for longs again. And the CAD Swiss. The CAD Swiss also kind of looks like it made an ABC crescent. Now this is also kind of like a 5-way pattern down. Makes me think that this move up is just going to be a crescent to this move down, and then we're going to get at least one more push down for either a wave 3 or a wave C. But I do think it needs to go up and make a crescent to the move down before we get the other push down for the wave 3 or wave C. So let's keep going. Let's look at the Aussie Kiwi. This is another trade that I took with my members this week. If you scroll through the swing trades that I showed you at the beginning and pause, you can see the setup that I took. We did a 1, 2, 3 pattern right to the 23.6. Now this may just be like a wave 5, meaning that it might just go up, bounce off this high again and go down and break structure. Or if this really is not a contracting triangle, but it's actually a channel on the higher time frames, then it maybe will break out of this channel and head up to the 123.6, which would actually make this more like a channel crescent, which would still be an ABC crescent in my mind to this last push down, but just instead of being a contracting triangle, it would be like a channel crescent. So I definitely think it turned up for either wave 5 or possibly it's going to keep on going. Either way, we'll be able to recognize it when it's over and we'll stop looking for longs and we'll start looking for shorts again. And the Aussie Swiss, just like the Kiwi Swiss, made a big dramatic turn. Looks like the end of a three-way pattern, A, B, C. And this right here is definitely 5 ways, even though it's a little easier to see on a bit of a shorter time frame, meaning that the next move up probably is almost definitely going to be a crescent to this. Probably more likely a 1, a 2, and then eventually go down for a wave 3. So with this big spike right here, I mean, I still have it as shorts because it hasn't broken structure yet, but I do think it is going to go up. I do think it is going to break structure, and then it's probably going to end up heading back down later on. The Aussie CAD. Aussie CAD also, kind of like the Kiwi CAD, also looks like it's in an ABC. I mean, if it goes up and breaks structure, especially on like the 12-hour, 8-hour time frame, then I'll stop looking for shorts. But for now, I'm still looking for shorts, and it kind of seems like if this really is a wave C, that it should go down to these highs or those lows right there, or at least close to it. I mean, wave Cs definitely can make higher lows, so I mean, it is possible it makes a higher low, but we will definitely be able to recognize when we have the end of a trend for a wave C, and you can definitely learn how to recognize when a trend is over too if you learn how to read the markets. And my trading course definitely does teach you that, and my live Zoom meetings also. So for now, we're definitely looking for shorts because there's no end of a trend signal, but once there is, we will stop looking for shorts and we'll start looking for longs again. The pound Kiwi, I mean, we do definitely have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up right here, which does kind of make me think that maybe it is going to go down and break this low. A lot of the other pairs, when I'm looking at any one of these, I had to look at the pound Kiwi, the pound Aussie. Then I had to look at the Euro Kiwi and the Euro Aussie for correlated pairs. Most of these pairs do look like a 3-3 pattern, like 1, 2, 3 waves down, 1, 2, 3 waves up, which would actually mean that it's either a WXY and it's going to make a 3-way pattern down, or it's a flat, and if it's a flat, it's going to make 5 waves down. Either scenario, I think that all 4 of those pairs are probably making some sort of a 3-3 pattern, and they probably are going to stretch out into either a trend or they're going to stretch out into another 3-way pattern, forming a WXY pattern. Moving on to the pound Aussie made a very dramatic turn and also has that 1, 2, 3 waves. 1, 2, 3 waves up. It definitely looks like 3 waves down. Definitely looks like 3 waves up. That means that there's really only 2 options. Either it's going to make 3 waves down or it is going to make 5 waves down. If it's 5 waves down, it's a flat. If it's 3 waves down, then it's a WXY, just like the pound Kiwi. So the pound Swiss has also turned down pretty strong, and if the other Swiss pairs have made a dramatic turn, and this one has also, I have it as a wave 4 still, but it actually could be a 3, a 4, and a 5 already. It missed my target by a little bit, but I mean, I'm looking for shorts right now because that's what price is telling me. If it just keeps on going down, then I'm just going to keep looking for shorts. If it bounces from a fib level, gives us the end of a correction signal on the sort of time frames, then I will stop looking for shorts and I'll start looking for longs again. I try to take it one step at a time and I just try to follow price and do whatever price is telling me, and then I use Elliot wave to try to help decide what it is that we are looking at. But I take it one step at a time, definitely. So the pound CAD, until the pound CAD actually goes down and breaks this structure, I'm still looking at this as possibly being an ABC to an uptrend. It's definitely still possible, but the way that how impulsive down it is, it does kind of look like it is going to go down, break structure. I think this is a big ABC correction, but guess what? If it's not, I'm looking for sorts on sort of time frames. So if it does just keep on stretching out, that is definitely not going to bother me if I'm incorrect about my Elliott wave count. Because on the higher time frames, I was thinking this was going to continue to make higher highs, higher lows, but if it breaks structure to the downside, that's going to invalidate that, and we're going to have to put a different count on it. As of right now, I'm still looking at it as a possible ABC and possibly continue in the uptrend. If it goes down and breaks structure, fine, I'm looking for shorts anyway, so it really doesn't matter to me if it does break structure to the downside at all. If anything, if it breaks structure to the downside, I'll just end up making more money looking for shorts. The Euro Kiwi, just like I was saying about the pound Kiwi and the pound Aussie, they kind of look like 3 waves down, 3 waves up, and then we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up right now. So it has not turned down yet, and I still thought it should go up and take these highs, but I mean, I guess it necessarily doesn't have to. It kind of seems like to me maybe it'll go up and drift up, maybe it'll turn here. we definitely will be able to recognize it, especially on shorter time frames when it does turn. It has not turned yet, so I'm definitely still looking for longs, and it definitely could drift up closer to this level right here. But if it does turn down in a big way, like a big engulfing move, then I would say this 5 waves up is over. This ABC is over, just like the other ones. 3 waves down, 3 waves up. Should lead to either 3 waves down, which would be a WXY, or it should lead to 5 waves down, which would be a flat pattern. And since it made a lower high, it could end up being a running flat. So the eurusd, same thing as the other ones. 1, 2, 3 waves down, 3. 1, 2, 3 waves up, 3. Now, it's definitely not confirmed to be going down yet. Like I was saying about the Euro Kiwi, it is technically still going up. There's definitely no end of a trend signal. If it does give us an end of a trend signal, I'll stop looking for longs and I'll start looking for shorts. Just like the other ones, it should either make 5 waves down, forming a flat, or it should make 3 waves down, forming a WXY. Either scenario, we definitely should be able to recognize it and trade accordingly. The Euro pound finally broke out of this channel we got going on right here. I'm hoping this is the end of a wave C. This is another trade that I did take with my members this week. The end of this ABC correction right here was very, very clear. If this right here really is the end of a correction, then most likely it will go up and take out this high, and it possibly could even go up and take out that high. So we're talking about a lot of pips to the upside if this really is a wave C. I definitely wouldn't try to go long now. Hopefully what it does is come back and retest the channel and give us another opportunity to go long at the end of the pullback, which I definitely think it should, because it should make a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5. So definitely still looking for longs on the Euro pound. Euro Swiss, just like the other Swiss pairs, it definitely made a pretty dramatic turn. I still have this one labeled as a wave 3, but honestly, it definitely could have made a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5 already. And if it really is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then this move up will just be a correction, and it'll just keep on trending down. Either way, even if it is a wave 4, I think at this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that big spike reversal, the next move is going to be a correction to the move down. Then, if it goes down, bounces from a fib level, that will be 3 waves down, proving that it's an ABC correction, and I'll go long. And on the other hand, instead, if it makes a 1, a 2, and a 3, and it just keeps going down, that's going to be like a bonus trade for me, because I would be entering here thinking it's the end of a wave B, and that it was going to turn at one of these fib levels. And if it turns out that it's not an AB, but it's actually a 1, 2, and it just keeps on going, it's really like a bonus trade, because instead of making this amount of money, I would potentially make this amount of money. So, that's another circumstance where I could be wrong about my Elliott wave count, and I would probably make more money being wrong about my Elliott wave count than I would being correct, because my Elliott wave count has this being an ABC to an uptrend. And if I think it's an ABC, I go short right there, and it just keeps on drifting down. That's like a bonus trade. I was wrong about my Elliott wave count, but I made more money being wrong. So the EuroCAD, I still feel like the EuroCAD is in a wave 1, a wave 2, and then a wave 1, like a subdivision, wave 2 subdivision, and eventually it's going to go up and make a 3, 4, 5. So I'm still looking at that as the most likely scenario. I'm still looking for shorts technically on shorter time frames, because it hasn't given us the end of a correction signal yet. But when it does, we'll recognize it, we'll stop looking for shorts, and we'll go long for the wave 3 for the continuation of the uptrend. And this is another circumstance where if possibly I am wrong about this being wave 2, and it just keeps on going down, I'm looking for shorts. So if I'm wrong about it being a wave 2, I am definitely not going to be affected by that in any negative way whatsoever. Now, moving on to the yen pairs. I kind of treat all the yen pairs as like, they are extremely correlated. They're all doing extremely similar things. One thing we have to remember about the yen is that we are now in about a 4-year uptrend. These yen pairs are in a uptrend for about 4 years right now, and I'm definitely not trying to identify the top of a 4-year trend. Instead, I am gonna do everything I can to go long every single chance I get at the end of every single pullback. Instead of trying to focus on going short and identifying the end of a 4-year trend, I would much rather just enjoy this 4-year trend and go long at the end of every single pullback I see. We're definitely in an uptrend right now. I definitely wouldn't go long right now, and I definitely wouldn't go short. I would only go long if I saw a pullback. And I would only go short if I saw a very significant break of structure to the downside, which I definitely do not see yet. So basically, I do kind of cruise through the yen pairs kind of fast, because they're basically all the same for me, every single one of these yen pairs have been in about a 4-year uptrend, and I'm definitely looking for longs on every single one of them. Like I was explaining, instead of trying to identify the top of a 4-year uptrend, I would much rather just enjoy this trend, laugh my way to the bank while most traders are trying to identify these tops. I'm going to just continue to go long every single chance I get for the continuation of this uptrend, laughing my way to the bank with these continuation patterns while other people are trying to identify these tops, and while other people are concerned that the Bank of Japan is going to step in and push this down in a big way. I'm not concerned about that at all. I'm just concerned about getting in on pullbacks, because I know when this 4-year trend is over, I will recognize it and I'll stop looking for longs and I'll start looking for shorts. But there's no reason why this 4-year trend couldn't turn into a 5-year trend. So for me, trying to identify the top of a 4-year trend is definitely a losing strategy. Definitely looking for longs on every single one of them. Now, the Kiwi is technically going down right now, but I am primarily still looking for longs. That actually looks like 3 waves down to me. I think it's a 1-2. And I'm still looking. The only reason I have it as shorts is because it definitely was going down for the last week or so, but I almost guarantee it's a correction to the uptrend. I am definitely focused on going long at the end of these pullbacks. So like I said, I do kind of cruise through the yen pairs fairly fast. I do think that every single one of them, if anything, is just a correction to the uptrend. And I am definitely still focused on going long every single chance I get. I am not really concerned about what kind of pattern it makes. I just know that if I see a pullback, I will be trying to go long at the end of every single pullback I see for the continuation of the uptrend. So, same story on every single one of them. Yeah, they're going up, and I would only go long if they produced a nice pullback. So definitely still looking for longs basically on every single yen pair, including the dollar yen. With the dollar yen, the next area of resistance for me is right around the 155.3 area. So I am definitely looking for longs on that also on shorter time frames. So, moving on to the dollar pairs, which are probably the more popular. Like I said, if anybody is interested in joining my membership, definitely check out my website, FXPipCollector.com. It's only $30 a month. Gets you access to all my swing trade setups, gets you access to my trading course here on my website, and gives you access to the daily live trading sessions, which I do 9 live Zoom meetings per week, right around 90 minutes long, where we look for trades in the Zoom meetings. And like I said, if anybody wants to go through and pause the video, you can go through and look at the trades that I took last week with my premium members. You just go through and pause the video, rewind the video, and you can see all the setups, and you can look for yourself on the charts and see how many of these trade setups were very profitable trades. So if anybody's interested, these are all the trades that I said with my premium members last week at the time of entry with stop loss. So, US dollar Swiss, I think that we're going to push up again on the dollar Swiss. I'm definitely not convinced this is over. I think it probably is even going to go up and take out these highs. So, I mean, I'm definitely still looking for longs on the dollar Swiss. I think this move down is likely to be a crescent to the move up. Definitely still looking for longs. US dollar CAD made a pretty significant turn down also, but if you look, it actually looks like a 1, 2, 3. This is probably more likely a wave 4, and probably more likely going to go up again for a wave 5. I kind of hope that this is a top right here, because I am short the dollar CAD still, and I would like to see this thing just keep on going down, but according to Elliot Wave, we're probably trading a wave 4 right now, and it probably is going to go back up. But I'm looking for shorts, and I actually am short on this already. I'm holding this trade over the weekend, and if it just keeps on going down, it's going to be like a bonus trade, because I got in this trade expecting it to be a wave 4, maybe looking something like this. So if it just keeps on going down, that's like a bonus trade for me. The Kiwi dollar, I mean, I'm still calling these potentially 1 and 2, just like I have been for weeks and months now. But guess what? I'm looking for shorts, and if I'm wrong about this being a wave 2 and I'm looking for shorts and I'm making all kinds of money looking for shorts on shorter time frames, and it just keeps on going down and taking out the low and proves that it's not a wave 2, am I going to be sad about being wrong about my Elliott wave count when I'm making a ton of money looking for shorts on shorter time frames? Or am I just going to be happy and just go with the flow? Like I said, I am definitely still looking for this possibly to bounce, possibly to break structure, proving that the wave 2 is over. If it does that, great. I'll stop looking for shorts and I'll start looking for longs again. If it doesn't do that, and I'm wrong about it being a wave 2, just like on the other dollar pairs, and it just keeps on going down, then fine, I'll just keep on looking for shorts. Definitely would not bother me one bit. Looking at the Aussie dollar, same type of scenario. I'm looking for shorts right now. We are at the Fibonacci level. I'm actually long on the Aussie dollar because of that move right now, even though it is a counter trend move. But if it goes up and breaks structure, that's when I'm going to turn into a real buyer, like actually holding on to trades to the long side. As of right now, my primary focus is still looking for shorts. I'm still looking at this as possibly being a 1-2 and possibly bouncing off a fib level and possibly continuing back up. But like everybody tells me in the chats, the Fed's pretty much admitted that they will not be lowering interest rates probably in 2024. And fundamentally, it would make way more sense for this to continue down. But I'm not a fundamental trader. I think fundamentals are very, very deceiving. And I think a lot of really big money traders actually use fundamentals to trap people into trades. So anyways, I'm definitely looking for shorts, and if it keeps going down, fine. I'll just continue to look for shorts. If it goes up and breaks structure, then I'll become a buyer in a big way. Excuse me, and I'll just continue to look for longs at the end of pullbacks. Only when I know that the trend has turned. Now, the pound pair has made a very, very significant turn late in the day on Friday. At this point, I would expect it to at least go down to the 61.8, maybe even further than that. I'm definitely looking for shorts. I'm definitely still calling this a possibly 1-2 also. But, same thing. If I'm wrong about this being a wave 2 and it just keeps on going down, and I'm looking for shorts because there's no end of a correction signal on shorter time frames, then I'm going to be wrong about my Elliot wave, but I'm going to make more money being wrong than I would if I was right. So, yes, I'm calling this a 1. Yes, I'm calling this a 2. And yes, fundamentally, it probably does not make sense for this to be a wave 2. According to the fundamentals, it would make way more sense for this to just keep on going down. And guess what? If it does just keep on going down, that's fine. I'm going to continue to look for shorts. If we get a fib bounce and a nice break of structure, I'll stop looking for shorts and I'll start looking for longs again. But for now, I'm definitely looking for shorts. My next area of resistance is a 61.8. If that doesn't hold, then I'll watch the 78.6. If that doesn't hold, I'll just keep on going short. Euro dollar, same type of story. To me, the euro dollar does look like a 1, 2, 3, and it does kind of look like it's in a wave 4 and a wave 5. I have it as longs right now because it has made a very engulfing move to the upside, but I am definitely primarily on the short side. If it makes another sorting opportunity, I'm going to go short. I'm still calling this a possible 1, a possible 2. And if it's not a wave 2 and it just keeps on going, then that is definitely not going to affect me in any negative way. If it is a wave 2, then I'll definitely recognize it as a wave 2 when I get the end of a trend signal, and I'll stop looking for shorts and I will start looking for longs again. So that's why I like the way I trade. Elliott Wave is the major part of my strategy, but Elliott Wave is just a small part of it. I like to do what I call structure analysis and tuning the frequency of my time frames in order to be able to tell when a trend is over. I don't want to guess when a trend is over. I definitely want to know when a trend is over. And if you know how to read markets, you can know when a trend is over also. And you can know when a correction is over by knowing when a trend is over. So anyways, like I said, if anybody wants to join my Discord channel, I will be doing a 100 USDT giveaway when I hit 5,000 members, and I'm currently at 4,982. And the only thing you have to do in order to participate in this giveaway is be a member of my group. You can be a free member or you can be a paying member. It doesn't matter. Everybody has the exact same chance of winning. So definitely join my free Discord channel. It's 100% free. You never have to pay a dime if you do not want to. There's all kinds of traders in there that are willing to help each other out. I would like to build a community of like-minded traders that are willing to help each other out. If you do want to join my membership, the link for that is in the chats also, but it's pretty easy to remember. It's FXPipCollector.com. It is $30 a month. It is a monthly membership. You can cancel at any time. I do sell every single swing trade I take with the group. I do have a trading course, 35 videos long, located right here. I have a ton of educational information on Discord for the members. And I do these live trading sessions, 9 of them a week, 90 minutes each, where we look for trades in the session, we analyze the charts, and I teach. Like I said, it is learning and earning at the same time because I want you to learn the trade. I want you to learn the skill of trading. I don't want you to just follow along with my swing trades. I definitely do not consider this a signal service also, and I am definitely not a scalper, so don't think you're going to get, 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute time frame entries. You're going to get 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour time frame entries. So, like I said, as always, if anybody would like to join, definitely feel free to join. You're going to definitely be happy, especially with all the swing trade setups that I do provide the group. If you just want to join my free Discord channel, it is 100% free to join. You never have to pay a dime. And as always, definitely thank you for liking and subscribing to my videos. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I have new videos on YouTube. I make a ton of videos every day, so definitely check that out. As always, thank you. Have a great weekend. And as always, thank you and happy trading.